It can be hard to make room in the budget for buying art. I totally get it. But I will tell you, once you start buying art with your core values, it is such a lovely experience and something I promise you will want to save up for and do more often. I now put aside money every month to buy art, and sometimes I buy something right away, but often I will save up each month for something I have my eye on. I typically spend between $50 and $200 on a piece of art. A big splurge for me is around $500. This is why I love using the gallery wall layout method, because I can buy smaller pieces of art within my budget, but group them together so they are lovely to look at. Typically, the bigger the art, the more expensive. And I'm also in an apartment, so I don't have a ton of wall space. One tip I have for buying artwork on any budget is to mix up original artwork and art prints. Original artwork is more expensive typically because there is only one art piece like it. It was made directly by the hand of the artist. Prints are typically less expensive because there are multiples of the same artwork. Some people really care about this. I don't as much, I don't mind that, and I try to mix it up to work within my budget. There's an example here of the big and balanced layout. In the middle, you will see this is a painting where I spent most of my budget. It was $500, and that is an original piece. There are also prints that are all under $50 and smaller originals that are between $80 and $240. One thing to note is that a print itself might be cheaper, but any work on paper you need to frame, so you must leave room in the budget for that. In the next lesson, I'm going to go over framing and give some tips on how to do this on a budget. Another way to save money is making your art gallery wall using personal artifacts like we have talked about already, and just framing those. We have already talked about this in a past lesson, but it is of course cheaper to use personal mementos and frame, but you can also use things like greeting cards that you have received and loved or bought yourself. Posters and other printed matter are a great way to add into your gallery wall and keep it under budget. Another tip is to use vintage or thrift store frames to save money and add to an eclectic feel of your collection. Also, by using not only typical rectangular frames, this helps create variety in your gallery wall, as well as bringing in textiles or woven artwork can add different shapes and textures into your gallery wall. I actually made these wooden wall hanging sculptures called woodcuts, inspired from hanging my own gallery walls and hanging things in other people's home. I was tired of the typical rectangle boxy frames and I wanted something different to add variety into the gallery walls. For this lesson, I want you to answer a couple questions. So you're going to look at your gallery wall layout that you've picked out. And I want you to answer, how many art pieces do you need for this layout? What is your budget? And what is one thing you could do to extend this budget even further after listening to this lesson? In the next video, I'm going to walk you through finding artists to buy art from to help build your gallery wall. I'll see you there.